Greetings, everyone out there in the Chivaverse. Come and join us for a new episode of We Go Chu Live. We'll discuss the upcoming Chivas clash in Monterrey and what's next for Chivas Femenil as well as Tapatío. Ready? Let's get started. Good afternoon, Mr. and Mrs. Latino America, and all the Chivermanos and Chivermanas around the globe. All the mothers and misters, Chiva brothers and sisters. Welcome to We Go Chu Live. We're transmitting directly from La Perla Tapatía, home to the most glorious of teams, El Club Deportivo Guadalajara. Bienvenidos todos a We Go Chu Live. Joining me today are the co-hosts of We Go Chu Live, Gabriela Silva. ¿Cómo estás, Gabi?
Hi, everybody. Hi, Robert. Hi, everybody in the chat already interacting with us. I'm so happy to be back here with a lot of Chivas talk. Remember that this We Go Chu Live is a show created specially for all Chiva hermanos living outside Mexico that speak mostly in English, but it's for everybody, really. So everybody, thank you for joining us and for interacting with us in the chat already. And so happy to start talking about Chivas that we love the most. Alfredo, how are you, my friend?
Hi, Gabi. Hi, Robert. Hi, Chivermanos. Very excited to be here with you guys. Very excited for this upcoming weekend. Chivas is back in Liga MX. We will be visiting Tigres. We will be speaking about that in a few minutes. Also, we have the MVP, of course, which we'll be mentioning briefly. Has to do with Chivas Femenil. Haven't spoiled it yet. We also have Chivas Femenil action. There's an interesting fact regarding to the MVP and also everything that Monday's game against San Luis, the 3-0 Chingona win, left us. So plenty of information. We have some special content on El Chapo Sanchez. We have some special content on Juan El Bigotón Jasso, Campeonísimo legend, who left his footprint here in El Guadalajara and still lives on today, 50 years after his retirement. So plenty of Chiva action, plenty of red and white talk, and ready to start. Hello to everyone on the comment section, and please, before passing the ball on to Robert, let us know your questions. Send your WhatsApp here to the number on screen, +52 133 26 67 241. Send your question and we will try to answer.
And if we don't know the answer,
the comment section might help.
Yeah, right.
Hey, everybody out there, welcome.
And also a big shout out to all our Chiva hermanos watching, not necessarily live, but watching through the Telemundo Deportes social media, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook, I believe. So please remember that Telemundo Deportes is la casa de las Chivas en los Estados Unidos. So go and watch every Chivas and Chivas Femenil home games through la casa de las Chivas en los Estados Unidos, Telemundo Deportes, and their streaming platform Peacock. And welcome everybody from Telemundo Deportes.
Welcome everyone to the Chivaverse, and everybody out there. We're so glad to see you. We have some new faces and we have some old faces out there. Mr. Curtis from the what? He always calls it the heart of the Midwest.
Arkansas.
He always says it.
Yeah.
From Little Rock, Arkansas, the heart and soul of the Mid-South. Curtis, thank you for always being there, my brother. Let's see who else is out there. No,
we have
mostly. Oh, look at that.
Yeah. Victor Ayala Perez always sending a lot of love. We have Tony Martinez, Walter Eloy, welcome guys. Tadeo, Damián Sebastián Ochoa, Guillermo Preciado Guerrero, Ramon Kutz. So hello guys, how are you? Hope everyone's doing well. We're still waiting for Mari Lu, who probably won't delay much in sending her messages.
She waits for Chivas Femenil to jump in.
Right.
Or when we talk about Chicharito. Anyway, my friends, let us not delay. You know what time it is. Everybody out there, who do you think is our MVP for this week? Who could it be? A tip. Give us a tip, Gabi.
Okay, so this is probably not very obvious, like from the get-go. It's probably not very obvious, but we have a very good reason why these two, because there's two MVPs this week. They one huge hint is there are two Chivas Femenil players. And one of the big hints also is that, no, if I say the next hint, it's going to be pretty obvious, obviously. But it has to do with the last 4 games of Chivas Femenil and Liga MX Femenil and the results overall. So if you remember, Chivas Femenil, we're going to talk about this obviously later, but Chivas Femenil is undefeated with 3 wins and 1 tie. But there's something in common in those 4 results.
I wonder what it is.
If you can figure it out, there's two players. Come on. What do you guys think?
They do it.
What do you think?
There's another one. They wear gloves.
That is the hint that you want to give out. But yes, exactly.
They do.
If somebody in the chat has the answer, 2 players from Chivas Femenil that wear gloves and that are responsible for leaving Chivas Femenil with 0 goals. There you go.
The main responsible.
You got to do it. Drum roll it, baby. Of course, it is part of our Chivas Chingonas. Did anyone guess?
There we go.
Chivas Femenil.
Some really cool sweaters this season. Well, they usually have cool sweaters, but they also have this year. Yeah. So it's Blanca and Celeste. They're back making the tandem. Remember that Celeste got back at full from her injury until this tournament. I think that she had already played earlier, but let's say this is her first complete tournament after recovering from the injury that she suffered. I'm pleased to say that we have the tandem Blanca and Celeste, which is back. Let's say it. We had only been counting for Blanca for a while, but the long-term plan for the goal in Chivas Femenil has always been to make Blanca and Celeste share the starter job, and I think we're back in that situation, which is very pleasing and gives a lot of confidence to this project, to this new project by Joaquin Moreno, because remember that it's our first tournament with Joaquin Moreno, and I think it's very important for the team to keep gaining for confidence, to have some solid goalkeepers. I think that's good for the defense, of course, but for the team overall, for the confidence of the team overall.
And if I may say, that Blanca does not cease to amaze me. Her veteran, their leadership is definitely very, very important for this logro, for this way of playing the game. People have been commenting a lot about Chivas Femenil, some good, some bad, but not so much has been said about Blanca nor about Celeste, But as the old adage says, if you really want to have a strong team, you need to build from the defense forward.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And wow, defensively, Chivas has been top notch. What do you see with them, Gabi?
Yes, of course, exactly. And as we were saying at the beginning, remember Chivas Femenil at the moment is undefeated, and 4 of those results we kept our goalie section in 0 goals. So that is pretty impressive by itself. That means we have a solid goalkeeping situation, and obviously defensively speaking as well. But it's good to have like those 2 options. We've seen Celeste. Unfortunately, she had an injury that kept her out of the field for a lot of weeks actually. But she's back, and I think she's back in full form. And it's good to see that we have options. Of course, with the experience of Blanca of a lifetime, like Blanca's been with Chivas like ever since the beginning. And now watching the new generation, if you will, with Celeste, and it's great to see that we have those 2 options. But Remember that we're going to talk about later about Chivas Femenil and what's going on, what the results. But let's go to the next topic. I just want to make a quick disclaimer because I see somebody asking in the chat, Claudia Barba, este contenido es para los chivermanos en Estados Unidos que hablan más que nada en inglés. So this content is for them, but it's actually for everybody that wants to join the conversation because we speak Chivas, you know? But Chivas is evolving and they're trying to do a lot of content for all our Chiva hermanos that are over 5 million Chiva hermanos in the United States alone that speak mostly in English. So this is for them and for everybody.
Well said, Gabby. I could not have said it myself. Yes, we do this. We've been doing this now for quite a long time, 2 years almost. And that's what we're here for, guys. If you have something to say, though, and you'd like to share, eres bienvenida, Gaby. Okay, because I can see your English is quite proper as well. All right, moving on, my friend. Let's get on to Chivas Bananín. But first, Blanca y Celeste. Felicidades, man. Without you, ladies.
Well done.
Mi respeto.
Keep it up. Yeah.
Keep it up. Keep their cancerberos have to keep us safe. Okay?
Totally.
Keep the cerberos safe. All right, my friends, moving on. We're going to start with a reporte rojiblanco with some words from our colleague, Quique.
¿Cómo están? Qué gusto saludarles desde Verde Valle, la casa del Guadalajara. Este lunes estuvo bastante movidito para el rebaño sagrado, ya que desde muy temprano comenzaron con sus labores, con miras a lo que se viene el próximo sábado en el duelo ante Tigres, un entrenamiento bastante provechoso, que dicho sea de paso, fue visto por Javier Aguirre, entrenador de la selección mexicana y también parte de su cuerpo técnico. Si quieres saber todo lo que pasó en Verde Valle, quédate y aquí te lo cuento. El entrenador del Tri llegó a las instalaciones aproximadamente a las 9:30 de la mañana, hora a la que arrancó el entrenamiento. Se sentó a un costado de la cancha y fue testigo de cada uno de los ejercicios que realizó el equipo dirigido por Fernando Gago. Al finalizar dicho entrenamiento, también tuvo la oportunidad de saludar a todos los jugadores del plantel rojiblanco y también convivir con parte de la directiva del rebaño y con el cuerpo técnico. Aprovechando que el estratega del Tri estuvo presente aquí en la Perla Tapatía, platicamos con él y aquí te dejo sus declaraciones.
Mira, yo me fui la última vez en 93, estuve en Verde Valle como jugador y no tiene nada que ver con lo que vi hoy. Es una ciudad deportiva fantástica. Tuve la oportunidad de conversar con gente que trabaja ahí, que vive ahí, con el cuerpo técnico, con Fernando y su cuerpo técnico. Y me dio mucho gusto por saber que esto no para, este crecimiento que tiene Chivas a nivel estructural, a nivel deportivo, no ha parado. Me dio mucho gusto la educación deportiva que se tiene en Chivas, a las fuerzas básicas, el profesionalismo que hay hoy en día. No digo que antes no lo hubiera, pero sí la estructura ha crecido para bien. Yo vi un equipo hoy, por lo menos por lo que vi, un equipo disciplinado, lo que vi en la League Club, un equipo muy ordenado. Vi una gran familia, un gran ambiente de trabajo. Eso me comentaban mis ayudantes. Me decían, oye, qué buen ambiente, se respira. Claro, porque todos o casi todos vienen de abajo. Todos abrevaron de lo que es ser Chivas, ¿no? Y eso facilita las cosas.
La visita de la gente de la selección mexicana tiene un propósito especial, ya que el próximo 15 de octubre en el Estadio Akron, la casa del Guadalajara, se jugará un partido amistoso entre México y los Estados Unidos. Es una cita especial, ya que hace 14 años no se juega por acá un partido del conjunto azteca. Esto fue el reporte rojiblanco. Gracias por estar al tanto de las redes sociales del Guadalajara. Recuerda activar las notificaciones para que te enteres de este tipo de información antes que en ningún otro lugar. Hasta la próxima.
There we go.
Oh, 14 years when El Chapo was a rookie.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later. Gabi, you have a message there.
I have a message. Yeah,
You
Claudia, thank you so much. Muchas gracias por contestar. We always believe that responding this kind of questions from you, especially if this is the first time you are watching We Coach You Live, Muchas gracias por interactuar y por responder a lo que te contestamos, de qué consiste este programa. We are so happy and so grateful to be able to do this for all Chiva hermanos. Again, not only in the USA, that we know there are a lot. If you didn't watch Leagues Cup, there's proof. But also for all Chiva hermanos, actually. But remember that Chivas wants to make this kind of content for everybody, because everybody, we speak Chivas and we love Chivas. So, muchas gracias por responder y espero que podamos tenerte por acá en el show, porque comentaste que tus tíos jugaron en Chivas. So that would be a great story to tell, right, Robert?
Right. We have a space for you here with us. We get go to know you. We can go to know her.
Exactly. Yes.
Right? That would be magnificent.
But thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, everybody out there, because if it weren't for everyone who's out there in the chat or commenting the hate and the love, then we wouldn't need to be here, okay, my friends? So thank you very much. Gracias, Claudia. Everybody who interacts with us positively, negatively, we love you anyway, okay? We love you, even if you're, rojinegros, rojiblancos de Cruz, right? But anyway, hey, what kind of motivation can we ask for? Javier Aguirre visits Verde Valle, and he puts some pressure on the boys. So right. What do you think? What kind of message do you think he sent there?
No, he definitely had some nice words. I think that he wanted to emphasize on the growth and the advance of the institution. He said that the last time he had been in Verde Valle, who knows how long ago it was, but he says that it pretty much developed into a sporting city, a ciudad deportiva, with paraphrasing his words. So he was very impressed with all the facilities and all the development for all the player facilities that the institution provides. So I think that he was pleasantly surprised of how Chivas has pretty much become its own its own academy, with the end of feeding the first team, but also of forming youth, because at the end of the day, you know that a lot of kids don't get to the first team, but you still gotta give values to them that will serve them for the rest of his life. So I think that Javier Aguirre was pretty impressed and pretty pleased to see everything that Chivas has grown in its day to day.
Right, because many people may not remember, but Aguirre did play with Chivas a long time ago. There you go.
There we go.
Long time ago. The younger Aguirre. He almost looks handsome. That was a long time ago. But I remember when he got here, he played with heart, even though he's from another. He's a Chiva brother, but from another mother.
Right. And there you have Galindo, you have Aguirre in the middle.
And Demetrio, is that Demetrio Madel?
Yes.
Yeah, they all look good when they were young. Rock stars.
Those jerseys look vintage.
Remember that they didn't used to make jerseys for people. You had to find them. It was either a player would give you one or an utilero.
Okay.
Or there was nothing. I think that started mostly, in the late 80s, early 90s, when we started having jerseys available.
Oh, yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. There I go again, showing my age. Anyway.
We're ourselves right now.
You had to make your own. I'd write Chivas on a t-shirt. Chivas.
But yeah, it was exciting to see Javier Aguirre visit Verde Valle and the training session and whatnot. And yes, I mean, I think if I were a Chivas player, I would be like, oh, okay, like it's time to show off, bring my best game to the table, because at the end of the game, he was there mostly because remember there's a game on August 15th. Hello, are you okay?
Yes.
Mexico against United States. Finally, a game in Mexico, a game from la Selección Nacional in Guadalajara del Estadio Akron. So remember, just save the date, October 15. And we need to have that reassurance that we have quality players enough to play in La Selección, you know? So it's very, I think he got a good impression from our players. He said that in the interview. Like, I saw a great atmosphere between the players, the staff, and everything. Like, it's growing up so much. Like, and especially, and he talked about Cantera Rojiblanca because he knows that a lot of our players were built in Cantera Rojiblanca. So very nice to see that he's touching base, you know, in Guadalajara, watching our Chivas. And let's see what happens for that game and who's getting called up. You never know.
Right. You never know. You never know. Hopefully we can see some movement because, like I said, it's always a great motivation, especially a week before our diet ends. Because we've been dieting from football for the last 3 weeks or so. Okay, it's been like a month. And finally, our Chivas are coming back against a rival that, you know, we don't like to talk about those guys. All right? Against Los Tigres.
What about their coach?
Tigres that's what I was about to say. Paunovic. Oh my goodness. I told you this is
Tigres de Pauno. That sounds...
Nah. Pauno Tigres.
We're visiting, right? It's El Volcán. And it's gonna be a good game. Hopefully we get the win, you know, and a good image. It will be so uplifting to win on Saturday, you know, to defeat Tigres at El Volcán. We had good results before the break, so it will be a way of keeping it up.
True. And these Tigres, these Pauno Tigres, are not having such a nice start as they wish they could have had, right? So it's going to be interesting. But I gotta say, man, we are on the way, I think, because of the last results that we had before the break. I think we could bring back a good result, definitely. From what I've seen from Tigres and from what I've seen from my team, and mostly talk about my team, okay, we can bring back the win. I'm not going to say no problem because we have a good DT in front of us as well as was proven when Pauno was with us. Yeah, so he left a good base, I think. But even though he might think he knows these Chivas, these are different Chivas. What do you think, Gabi? ¿Cómo ves este resultado? What's going to be the score? Let's say it, man, because we're already here.
Right now?
Mm-hmm.
Right now?
Yeah. What's going to happen?
I don't know. It's been a while. I don't know. I hope they win. I'm going with a 2-1 Chivas win.
2-1 Chivas.
Yeah.
I like it.
I'm giving them just one. I know. We are hoping that Tala can keep that, you know, but I am going with a 2-1 just to give them a little bit of, you know.
Well, I don't know. You know, we have the best goalie per La Liga MX. Right. And we have the best forward at the moment at the Liga MX. And we're talking about Raul Rangel and Cade Cowell. So I think we can bring back a 0 and bring back a positive score. Oh, look at that. There they are. I knew you guys were out there. Goat House 1906 2-0. Chivas 2-0.
2-0.
Right.
Yeah, I would agree.
Curtis.
Yeah. Curtis said, what does Curtis say?
3-1.
What's his
He's
pronostic?
going for a 3-1.
Chivas, I assume.
Oh, yeah. No,
Right?
There's the other. Yeah, he wrote another one right after that. 3-1. I'm gonna go with the first one, the incomplete one, Curtis. I'm gonna go 3-0.
3-0.
3-0. Go Chivas. Yeah, you go big or just go home.
No, and we gotta say that we've had more break time than Tigres, so we might arrive fresher.
Interesting.
The stars are aligned, man.
That's true. The
The stars are aligned. I'm sure our Chivas are dying dying to get ready for are dying to get on the pitch and
Yes.
prove, they must be like leones enjaulados, caged lions,
Yeah, because it's been a while, and I mean, we know, and as you can see, they're not stopping training and doing stuff. Like, they're constantly doing things. By the way, this is not in Verde Valle. This is in la Universidad Panamericana. They have like an agreement for the facilities, so they played there, they trained there. Just an FYI. And yes, they're not stopping. I think they have like this sense of, we have to come back strong. And as you said, I like that. Go big or go home. So yeah, I'm staying with my 2-1, but I think Chivas is getting that win.
Yeah.
No tengas miedo, Gaby.
It would be a big,
Take away the one. Don't be
be a
afraid.
big boost to win.
Of course, it would be. Any kind of positive result would be the big push. But imagine coming home with goleando, right?
Yeah, and then we have after Tigres, we have Juarez at home, so there's a chance to maybe get 2 straight before El Clásico de Mexico. There's actually only two matches before El Clásico de Mexico. It's Tigres and Juarez. Gotta check if there's no delayed game left to play, but no, everything was played before the break. So yeah, it's it's that time of the season where maybe we gotta get we gotta pick momentum.
Right.
We gotta pick momentum, and because it's right now it's gonna be match week 5, and all that. That set of matches between the 5th match and let's say the 12th match, it's we're gonna find our place on the table, see what we fight for, and we gotta consolidate ourselves as one of the top teams in the table. And what a better way to kick off a strong momentum than a win at a tough pitch such as El Volcán, right?
Yeah. Alan Gabriel, is that a 3-1 Chivas? Or
Against
3-1 Tigres.
Oh, interesting.
Because I don't know. I think it's a 3-1 Chivas, right? Alan Gabriel, like, what?
I think Alan might be on the wrong channel. He might be a Tigre hermano.
Do you think so?
Yes, because he's a Tigre hermano de closet. Because 3-1, yes, he's saying we're gonna lose.
Or maybe he just got confused.
No way. There must be some confusion. Make it clear, Alan, please. Tell us what you think, my friend. And it's valid too. Why not?
Yes.
Why not? Because we can't beat Chivas the dissent. Right? Why not? If we believe that, if we've thought that they're that strong. You see? I'm sorry. See?
Yes.
He said Team Chivas, man.
It was just...
Gracias, Alan. Thanks for making that clear for us, buddy. Yes, of course. Now let's make it harder. Who's going to score the goals?
Oh, my gosh.
Oh
Oh, my
no, I'm just kidding. Anyway, guys, there's not much to talk about right now with Varonil, but there is to tell you where we can watch it. Alfredo, where can we watch this match?
So this is Saturday, Tigres Chivas in Mexico. It will be on the screen of Azteca Deportes, Azteca 7. Kickoff at 7 p.m. Central Time of Mexico, and then we have in the United States we're gonna have it on Fox Sports. So if you're up in the USA, this is Tigres Chivas in Fox Sports, 6 p.m. Pacific and 9 p.m. Eastern. So this is Saturday night, one of the last Saturdays of the summer. So there we have some interesting activity for Saturday night, so you can plan ahead, hit up your friends, hit up your family, and gather together to watch Chivas Tigres Chivas for Liga MX match week 5. And it's a big one. It's a big one because we gotta consolidate ourselves as one of the top teams in the league, and for that we gotta make a statement on Saturday.
Agreed completely. We have to make a statement, bring back those points. And like you said, it's that time of the season. Yeah, it's the time of the
where
season.
the dynamic is going to be set,
It's that time that we have to mark the pace because we're
Exactly.
almost towards
Pace.
the middle. Yeah.
It's a matter of pace. Yeah.
And this is a great time for us to come back. That's why, the stars are aligned, the universe is aligned. We're going to be able to see a triumphant Chivas on Saturday. Ya dije, 3-0. Yeah?
Okay.
Can't take me back. Can't take it back.
There we go.
And why am I convinced of that? Like I said, Liga MX, Gabi, told us something special about two of our players. What was that?
Yes, so Liga MX declared two of our players as two of the most important players of the month. And we hinted that a little bit earlier, but we are talking about Tala, Raúl Rangel, nuestro porterazo, and of course, Kate Cowell. So it's very, again, I love when Liga MX defines this kind of awards, if you will, because it shows like we're getting the job done. And of course, Kate Cowell is scoring, and they have two important highlights, which they defined this special announcement for our two players. So for Tala Rangel, this incredible save against, I think we have video.
We have a clip.
Oh, I think
No, huge save, I think
incredible save.
Yeah, we would have 2 points less than we do probably if he hadn't done that save, because remember that Cowell then scored. This was our last Liga MX match.
Yeah.
Before the tournament's break, and Cowell. Remember that Cowell scored the second goal, the 2-0, at the 97th minute, so about 2 or 3 minutes after this save, and we would have probably tied that match if El Tala wouldn't have played his physique in that one. He truly, that's a golden save worth 2 points at least.
And I love watching Tala Rangel, especially because he has like this very spectacular vuelo, as we say,
Flight.
in the field. Yeah, like he has like this incredible, and he's very like aerial. You can see that, and that specific save. So this is Liga MX criteria, and
Right.
they chose this specific highlight. But I mean, it was a great save, and as Alfredo was saying, this was like crucial because we would have tied that game.
Exactly.
And from Kate Cowell, we also have video.
Show us.
This is a goal against Mazatlan. Yes, there we go. Let's see what's happening. Chosen by Liga MX as the best player during July. How cool is that?
No, yeah, about time. Fantastic goal, dribble where he kept dribbling, bicycle dribbling as he prepared whatever he was gonna do. I think that he was just thinking while he was executing, dribbling outside, dribbling inside, and found the shot, found the space to get a shot, and he didn't hesitate. As soon as he identified that spot, he said, "Boom! I'm on fire!" and fantastic goal. And also to open the score. It's that it was that time of the game where the halftime was 0-0. You're playing at home. As the minutes advanced, people could have gotten nervous because these sort of matches against these sort of teams at home, it's usually everyone expects you to win those sort of matches, and if minutes advance and you don't score, everyone gets nervous. So Kate Cowell, avoided that nervous.
Yes, and because this game was on Chivas TV, of course, La Señal Más Rojiblanca, we have the original commentary. Can we listen to it, please?
Cowell no se la quiso dar. Sigue Cowell. Cowell le pega al arco. ¡Golazo! 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 ¡Golazo de las Chivas! ¡Pinche perro! 1-0 el Guadalajara. Fue Kate Cowell el que enganchó adentro, amagó con el pase, y cuando se quita dos de encima, con la derecha la manda para la jaula. 1-0 al 52. El vaquero enganchó Amagó y la puso en la escuadra como mero patrón. Ahí está Cowell. Uno más del vaquero. 1-0 el Guadalajara, lo hizo Kate Cowell.
Incredible, beautiful.
Magnificent.
Yeah, no, fantastic goal,
It was great. And you know what? If you look at the angle, it's very similar to the one that Rangel pulled out of the corner against Querétaro.
Yeah,
Very,
exactly.
very, very similar.
That's the difference between Tala and the rest.
That's right. That he did a Messi. He did a Messi, man. It was beautiful. And that goal, being at home, which look at that. Y adios, Nicanor.
Very nice.
Right.
Yeah. And again, we talked about this like several times. The speed on Cowell. Like, he's so fast. The dribbling, the speed, the aim, like everything was beautiful about this goal. So yeah, Liga MX, I agree.
Yes, let's felicitarlos a Liga MX because they don't get a lot of stuff right, but this time, all right.
Right.
There you go, guys. Thank you.
This
very
was a
much.
correct arbitrary decision.
It was beautiful. Because they couldn't ignore it. They're busting us all over the place, with the refereeing and all the other controversial stuff. So thank you.
No, yeah, and they were in fact really good, a really good goal and a really good save,
It was. Yeah. Let's go to the chat. Look, we have people talking. These guys got everybody stoked. Venga. Let's see. Goathouse says, I'm so happy Chivas is back. My weekends felt incomplete without them. Don't let your media naranja hear you say that, my friend.
Oh, yeah. No.
Okay? Your significant other is not going to be happy if you say that. All right?
No,
but
it's cool.
Pretend. It's cool, of course.
Right, because she might say, hey, at least this guy has a life, and his life is Chivas, so he's not a loser.
And Curtis as well. Let's say, I'm so stoked for Saturday's match at El Volcán versus Tigres. Reminds me of an old proverb. Every dog needs a bone to chew. Moved. Every dog needs a bone to chew on, and we're gonna feast on some Tigres Saturday. Believe that. They say Curtis Williams, man.
Savage.
Dude, you have to come. You have to come visit us, Curtis. Savage. He was a savage there.
So we're taking the win in Tigres. And El Volcán, I'm sorry.
Yeah, El Volcán.
Take it from us, those
there you go.
Chavorrucos. But now, let's look at what else you could find if you are a subscriber to Chivas. That is Chivas Roots, Chivas Raíces. And let's take a look at a teaser for El Chapo Sanchez.
There we go.
Hemos tenido momentos buenos, malos.
Yo creo que al Chapo le has pasado de todo.
Hay sangre del Chapo Sánchez.
Aquellos que piensen que un jugador solo es lo que se ve en la cancha, está muy equivocado.
Si pudiera decirle algo al Jesús de hace 14 años,
there we go. So this is the Raíces on Jesus Sanchez, which premiered earlier in the week. A special content coinciding with the month of his 14th anniversary playing for the Chivas first team, and it's pretty nice. Let me tell you, Chivermanos, that I already saw this content, this Raíces by Chivas TV, and it's not that long. It's 20. This episode is 20 minutes, but it's so packed of information, so packed of many aspects that you probably didn't know about Jesus Sanchez. I personally enjoyed finding out that he didn't play the position that he plays right now in his early years, in his formation years. He actually used to be more of a goal scorer, and that's how the modern right back has that offensive vocation. Well, Chapo, he used to play at a higher part of the pitch in his formation years. and that's something that I learned about him, and so many more personal aspects that Gabby and Robert will tell you about right
This
now.
was actually presented, Alfredo, at a pre-viewing where his
Right.
family was invited.
Yes.
There were other members of our crew there, and he had a special surprise. One of his oldest friends in the team, El Cone,
Yeah.
he showed up, and there was, from what we heard, a lot of laughter, but a lot of tears. One of the things that I really enjoy from all of these raíces is that behind the futbolista look, okay, the human side, because many times we don't take that into account. We only look at them from our reality, not from their reality, okay?
Yeah.
And Jesus Sanchez has given a lot in his 14 years. He has, he's given it all, a whole lifetime for Chivas.
Yes.
I don't know. Gabi, what was your special moment?
I agree. Well, we don't want to spoil it for everybody. Remember, you can watch on Chivas TV if you have an active subscription. So go watch it. But one of my favorite moments, of course, like, I have to give a huge shout out to the production team, because I always cry with Raíces and Resiliencia. Like, I always cry. And this was not exception. Like, you can see it, as Robert was saying, like the human part of the player. Like, sometimes you just watch them 90 minutes in the pitch doing their thing, and you forget that they have families, they have kids, they have parents, they have troubles in real life, And It was very interesting to see that despite everything, despite a lot of injuries, despite a lot of personal and family situations, he comes back even stronger. And this is something that I take from this particular episode. Like, he comes back stronger, and you cannot acknowledge the history of Chivas in recent years without talking about Chapito Sanchez. Like, you cannot. And you can agree on his playing style or not, whatever, but you cannot talk about Chivas and the recent championships and whatnot without talking about Chapito Sanchez. But going back to the question and not spoiling absolutely anything about this, when he debuted, when he was called for the first time for the big team, el primer equipo con Chivas, he had a visit. Somebody knocked on his door and gave him a new look for him to play that first game. So that was very funny. I think you can guess who I'm talking about, because lo rapó, and they both went into that game rapados. So that was very funny, and I'm pretty sure it's a very good anecdote for them and for the entire team. So go watch it. Remember, if you have an active subscription to Chivas TV, go watch Raíces, Jesus Sanchez, now streaming on Chivas TV.
Totally.
Don't miss it. There's so much there. Like we've always mentioned, so many things that you could find on our platform. And not only that, you're getting the games as well.
Right.
Okay, so go for it. 39 pesos a month, my friend.
Oh, this is from last night, the premiere. So
there it is. Tears.
Emotional moment. Remember that if you're a subscriber of Chivas TV and you're around Mexico and any of these events take place, you can get these perks of joining the players whenever this sort of content premiere, and you can be at Verde Valle watching it with them, meeting and greeting with them, getting to know them, taking pictures. So your subscription to Chivas TV also includes these perks of sharing these sort of moments with the Chivas players, get them to know a little better, get them to know in person. So that's one of the many perks of being a Chivas TV subscriber.
Speaking about perks, and before we move on, okay, don't forget, everything there is streaming on Chivas. That means you could access it 24/7.
Right.
Tons of stuff there. And yes, Gabi, I cry every time I watch Raíces. It's horrible. I didn't know if it was just me because I'm andropausic, or it's like everyone. Okay, if everyone's crying, then that means we're all happy. Right?
Yeah.
Of course. That's how we express it. When you get the sad on you, you got to get it off your back.
Exactly.
Before we move on, we are almost going to talk about our Chivas Chingonas because everybody's dying to see in the chat, some people saying, what's up with our Chingonas? We can't forget that this was the birthday of Juan El Bigoton Jasso. Alfredo,
Right.
you did a piece on him. What can you tell him about? What can you tell our Chiva hermanos about El
So
Bigoton?
first of all, it's right here in the Chivas YouTube channel. The video on El Bigoton Jasso. It was posted today, the 21st of August, and it pretty much the video pretty much speaks about focuses on the fact that El Bigoton is the player that has played for Chivas for the longest amount of time, for 20 years. So he has that record of the longest amount of time playing for Chivas. And, it pretty much speaks about the development of football, of Mexican football, developments that took place in the Guadalajara football scene during his playing years, all the success that Chivas had during his playing years, speaks about events that took place in the club, anecdotes with coaches from abroad, from Mexico as well. And of course, he played in the 40s, 50s, 60s. So speaks about, global events, global technological developments. It's a 10-minute video on El Bigoton Jasso. So there's plenty of content in that, packed in that 10 minutes that you will surely enjoy watching about how the world was during the days of El Bigoton,
El Bigoton Jasso.
And we were talking about Chapito Sanchez that only wore la playera rojiblanca. Bigoton
Yes.
also just wore la rojiblanca, and he retired at 41. Like, that's pretty
41.
impressive. So please go watch Alfredo's video on El Bigoton Jasso. But yes, speaking of two legends, you can call them legends. Him because el campeonísimo,
Totally.
Chapito because he already has like this huge record of games and 14 years playing with Chivas and only wearing playera rojiblanca, and he did as well. So that's very impressive.
That's right. He debuted when he was 19 and he played practically 21 years.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
so half his life wearing the red and white. My friends, our time's starting to run out. Let us talk about our Chivas Chingonas because we gave you a little bit about them when we talked about Celeste and we mentioned how Blanca and she have been keeping the zeros behind in the porteria. But Gabi, fill us in. What happened in San Luis? Oh my goodness.
So
Go for
Chingonas
it.
are back. Like, Chingonas are like fully back. Like, we have to say it like that because golearon, gustaron. What's the other word? I don't know. But
Las
it was,
chingaron.
yeah, but it was incredible. 3-0 in El Alfonso Lastras. Again, we are undefeated, not only in the tournament, but against San Luis Femenil. So, again, just bringing numbers and records to the Chivas Femenil sheet. And it was a pretty good game. I watched the entire thing. At times, it was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. But finally, we had, and again, people like you wouldn't expect to score that much, We had Monse Hernandez again with a goal. Guzman. And also Chely Torres. So it was a very good game. Again, winning. We right now need to win. Remember, there are 4 weeks right now with Liga MX Femenil. Chivas is undefeated with 3 wins and 1 tie. And I think Chingonas are slowly but surely again getting back in the game, getting back in the winning, very collectively. You can see communication, order, and what's happening. Sometimes we've talked about this before, like we don't understand Kino's like tactics, strategy, but again, trusting the process, trusting every single decision that's been being made from the technical staff. And you can see that. Like, I think this could be one of the best games of this season. Again, it looks like very spectacular, like a 3-0, and it was. And I think right now Chivas needs that. Chivas need that kind of confidence. They need to secure and feel confident again, and scoring maybe again not by their regular scores like Licha, Boyi, Caro, Gabi, but it doesn't matter. Like, as long as you're getting the results, and as if you see collectively this game, it was very well fought. I think there were times that we could have improved some things, but overall, a 3-0 I think speaks for itself. What do you guys think?
Definitely. I was surprised because the game was very interesting. Even though it was nil, San Luis did their part. They tried. But Chivas looked much more compact this match. Definitely. And that visit, I think the Summer Cup did a lot for that. You know, those kind of trips, they make a team.
Mm-hmm.
And as I said before, you know, a lot of people might question El Profe Moreno's tactics or whatever, but I have my own reality. I'm sitting here and I'm comfortably watching the match. What's going on there? What is he playing with? What does he have to look at? How does he have to organize his chess pieces? Okay, so I thought he's getting better. Super slow maybe, but it's getting to where we can now see the changes. And really, in my opinion, I'm just waiting for the younglings, you know, to catch up, you know, because they have to really, really start to play their best ball, because las veteranas, ahí están.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And remember, Dana Sandoval is right now with El Tri Femenil. So even though we don't have Dana at the moment, it was because people, I remember watching and seeing on Twitter, like people, hey, where's Dana? Where's Dana? Yeah, remember, she is right now, está concentrada con la Selección Nacional Femenil. So that is a very important thing to take. But also that knowing that we have the stability and the players to be able to conquer this kind of victory away from home. But yeah, what we have words from our DT, Joaquin. Do we? Can we listen to that?
We do.
Can we listen to that? Profe Quino.
3 puntos. Hemos dejado ir en casa 2 puntos. Hay partidos pendientes, pero estamos tranquilos y sabemos y estamos trabajando en lo que nos hace falta por mejorar. Y va a ser de partido a partido, 3 puntos. Volvemos a casa, un partido muy difícil. Y pues bueno, hay que recuperar a las jugadoras y seguir adelante. Estamos listos para tener los pies en la tierra. Ni por lo de Querétaro somos el peor equipo, ni ahorita somos el mejor. Y en Chivas Femenil siempre hay que pensar en quedar campeón. Sí, y igual vamos a seguir trabajando, pero ahorita con los pies en la tierra viene el siguiente compromiso, que es León, y vamos a preparar para León. Y te repito, siempre en Chivas tienes que pensar para campeonar, independientemente si fue Querétaro, si es hoy, o lo de Juárez, o lo de Puebla. Tenemos que sumar de 3 puntos, el siguiente partido lo tenemos que hacer, y pues bueno, lo más importante es la recuperación de las jugadoras y trabajar en los detalles para ser mejores. Primero que nada, te da la confianza el trabajo que hiciste desde pretemporada. De lo de las rotaciones, primero hay que saber cómo están las jugadoras y de ahí partir. Y en cuanto a encarar el siguiente partido es la recuperación. Primero es pensar la recuperación antes de trabajar, y ya los pequeños detallitos en cancha pues los vamos a ir viendo, pero lo más importante son las jugadoras. Y que aprovecho también para mandarles el mensaje que la determinación, el no bajar los brazos, que cuando están todas unidas ellas marcan la diferencia, y hoy lo hicieron, y felicitarles.
There we go. Nice words by Joaquin Moreno.
Nicely said.
Yeah, nicely said. And I would also like to add that one of the aspects that I enjoyed the most about Chivas Femenil on Monday was that, the team has a vertical vocation that probably we didn't have in the last few tournaments. I think that this team is a little less horizontal with the possession, but and looks for more vertical through balls. And what happens with this is that's of course risking the possession, but whenever we send those vertical balls, the girls are also very well prepared to apply an intense high pressure. So what I'm seeing is that we're going vertical a lot, of course trying to look for danger, but in case we lose the ball, the girls throw a very intense high pressure, so that we are, let's say, very focused on placing the ball very near, of playing the ball very near from the opponent's goal. So that's one of the main sellos from, the main aspects from Joaquin Moreno in this early tournament of Chivas Femenil.
Agreed completely. Let's see, who is Joaquin going to have? Who's Profe Moreno going to have for the match? Let's
So
see. We have a list.
So remember that the Chingonas are back tomorrow
yes.
against León.
That's right.
At the Estadio Akron. So if you're in the USA, it's gonna be on Telemundo. But yeah, the Chingonas are back tomorrow. It's 2 matches this week.
Okay, and who's going to be in the goal area? We're not sure. It's going to be one of the 2 chingonas that we mentioned earlier. It's either Blanca Felix or Celeste Espino. And defensively speaking, we're going to have Kimberly Guzman, Carla Martinez, Jaco Rodriguez, Alexandra Ramirez, Valentina de la Mora, Chelly, and Damaris. They're all healthy. They're ready. Who's going to be our midfield, Gabi?
Midfield, Cassandra Montero, Victoria Acevedo, Daniela Delgado, Yamil Franco, yes. Jocelyn de la Rosa, Cynthia Rodriguez, who, by the way, is being called again. You know what? I'm going to read this in Spanish because this is newsflash. This is just coming our way. Con una sola novedad, Cynthia Rodriguez, quien está considerada por primera vez desde su regreso al equipo. So this is very huge. This is huge. Important news for Cynthia Rodriguez and overall for our midfield and our chingonas. So again, Cassandra Montero, Victoria Acevedo, Daniela Delgado, Yamil Franco, Jocelyn de la Rosa, Cynthia Rodriguez, y Carolina Jaramillo in the midfield. And our strikers, Alfredo?
Up front, we're gonna look for the 3 points with the dynamite of Adriana Iturbide, Rubí Soto, Gaby Valenzuela, Viri Salazar, and Alicia Cervantes. They're gonna try to score the goals for a win tomorrow.
Let's call it, guys. You know the tradition.
Let's call it.
Let's call it.
En el Estadio Akron, right?
Yeah, and Coach Joaquin Moreno said that. Yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Right now that we were listening to the press conference.
You're beating around the bush. What's the score? Come on.
I go
Money
first.
where your mouth is.
I'll go first. Okay, I'm going with against León. I think we have a pretty good chance of getting again. I'm going with a 2-0 against León.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. Alfredo?
Yeah, I'm also going with a 2-0. I think it's going to be a solid Chivas game, especially because I think they're going to go with El Cuchillo entre los dientes after tying the last match again at the Estadio Akron. And that's what Coach said in the press conference. So I think it's going to be a solid 2, maybe 3-0 for Chivas.
I go 3-0 as well. I think this is going to be the despertar of our attackers. So definitely 3-0. And I won't go higher because I'm going to look cocky. But my friends, time is a-wasting. Where can we watch this game, Gabi? Where will we be able to watch it?
Remember, Chivas Femenil plays tomorrow back at home, back at Estadio Akron. Thursday, August 22nd. You can watch through la señal más rojiblanca, the Chivas TV, if you have an active subscription, and also on Fox Sports. And if you are in the United States, please watch through Telemundo Deportes and the streaming platform Peacock. Chivas Femenil against León Femenil tomorrow at 7 p.m.
7 p.m. And don't forget, we haven't been speaking about Tapatío, but they're doing quite well. Where can we watch Tapatío, Alfredo?
So Tapatío is on Saturday. This upcoming Saturday, kickoff is at 9 p.m. Central Mexican time. Let's say 8 p.m. Pacific time of the United States. If you're in Mexico, you'll be able to watch it on Claro Sports, TVC, and High Sport. This is against Dorados de Sinaloa. Match week 5 of Liga Expansión. My pleasure to let you know that Tapatío defeated Alebrijes by 6-0 in their last match, and the team will look for its 3rd straight win, fourth out of the 5 initial matches, 4th win out of the 5 initial matches. We've won 3, tied 1, we're unbeaten so far, and let's hope that the good times keep rolling for for El Tapatío, who have had a solid beginning of Apertura 2024.
Yeah, the ball kept rolling in on that match. I was surprised, and it was, again, a pleasant game. My friends out there in the Chivaverse, our time is up. We're sorry we kept you so long, but we can't stay away from you guys. And we hate it when the show ends. So my friends out there, we'll see you next Wednesday. 3, remember, I said 3 for Tigres, un regalito para ellos, and 3 for León. Here you go. 2 cats, 6 goals. We'll see you guys.
Here we go.
Next week.
Next week with Chivas
Good
back
one.
and all the information back. See you next week.
See y'all. Be good. Have a
Be a good
beautiful,
one.
beautiful week. Arriba las Chivas.